Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you could come back. Is this a little too loud? Should we turn it down? Yeah, let's turn it down. Okay guys, so what do we have here? This is quite the inspiration, isn't it? Or Inspiron, shall we say? This is an oldie, and it has that classic white and silver look, and is in incredibly good shape for its age. Going around, we see an uncharacteristic DVD on the opposite side of where you normally see DVDs, and a vent. Let's go to the back, shall we? Let's see if I can get this right here. More venting. VGA out, a couple of USBs. The majority of the the modem and networking. So a lot of ports in the back of this thing, interestingly, power port. And on this side, a couple more USBs, so a complement of 4. We see card, reader, and sound outs. And of course, one of those card slots. Around the front, we got front-facing speakers. And a latch. Of course, this is the old style Dell. And let's see if we can get this thing open without too much ado. And there we go. It's a little dusty because I just dug it out of my storage area here. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, it's the hinge. It's the Dell. The Dell hinges and deteriorating rubber things. But anyway, it's okay. It's a very old system, and it's running a Inspiron mobile. You know that's gonna be awesome. Very situation there. So yeah, there you go. Otherwise very straightforward budget system. Definitely a budget system. And a little bit of shine to the keys. So that's actually been used. But, considering, look, these look like French spacing. Speakers here and speakers here. Is that true? That's crazy. Well, we'll see what happens. This is an Inspiron 1501. Wow, it's dusty and hairy. All at the same time. When Harry met PC. This thing is quite the system. This is my first boot up on this system. I hear some noises. Is it gonna boot? Is it gonna boot? Oh, very, very light. Yeah. That backlight can't be awesome. Let's see if I can get backlighting up. That's what it is. Okay, it's starting to show a little better. Maybe I'll tilt it a little bit here. Warning, yeah, the battery's dead. Of course it's dead. Oh, it's unable to charge the battery. Okay, well, that's... Oh, the battery can't be identified. Huh. Okay, interesting. Well, is it an aftermarket battery? I don't know. Weird. F2 to enter setup. Okay, so we can see the lighting here is bright, lighting here is bright, lighting is not bright here. So this could be a situation where it just needs to warm up. The camera does a pretty good job of compensating for the lack of lighting. It's quite interesting because in real life it looks more like this to me. And as we get closer, it seems to compensate somehow. I don't know how that works, but iPhones are amazing. Yeah, 2006. No, it's not 2006. And nor is it May. So we'll have to fix that up. Interesting. Well, we don't normally look at our BIOS, so let's look at our BIOS and see what's going on. Oh, the supervisory passwords and stuff are clear. That's good. That's always good. It's a pretty simple BIOS, right? So why don't I just set the proper time for this thing? I don't think I have to do anything else. It's got running a mobile AMD Sempron 3600 plus, and it calls it, of course, by its proper name, product. And we can tell by the memory that it's not. Well, we'll get into how much memory it has in a minute when we boot it up. So why don't I do that, and I'll be right back. Thanks. All right, guys, we are back, and as you can see, I've opened up all the different programs I normally look at to get a feel for this system. So let's take a look at it. So this is the old Vista Service Pack 2, and it has a Windows Experience of 3. We'll see what that's about. Mobile AMD Sempron processor, 3600 plus. Let's turn this down a bit, I think. There we go. Don't want to compete with the music, right? So yeah, 3600, 2 gigahertz, so not bad. That's okay. We'll see how that works out with the benchmark. Running 32-bit, 2 gigs. Very typical for this type of a system, despite it probably being able to do 64. Generally, a lot of Vista systems came out in 32. It was that transition period between XP and Vista, and XP was overwhelmingly 32-bit. Not a ton of that kind of software around at the time. Let's take a look at the Windows experience. And of course, it's the graphics. Pretty in the middle, most of these scores. So the hard drive looks like it'll be peppy. So that's good. So let's jump over to here. Just make sure our driver's all set up. The one I always look for is the display driver. So it's sitting an ATI Radeon Express 1150. That's what we want. That Express. There's the details of the processor, the Sempron, codename Sherman. 65 nanometer process, pretty big processor. There's all the info. Yes, it could do 64. I don't think it would run any better in 64 though, honestly. That would just utilize, if you had more memory, you utilize more memory. For Vista, I find 2 gigs is okay. I think I can use that. I can work with that. Let's go over to the main board. That's the main board, or motherboard, as some people like to call it. And it's running a 2006 BIOS. So this was a 2006 machine. Memory, DDR2, dual, running 350. Interesting. Let's take a look at those. So it must be running at 266. That's an odd amount, speed, frequency. I wonder if it's one of those ones that dials up. Anyway, up to 33, I guess. But here we go. This is the Nanya technology. Nanya. From 2006, confirming a 2006 machine. Flip over here. Again, 2006. Nanya, same thing. So paired properly. That's great. Graphics. And we have a 128 megabytes of RAM. Express 1150. Let's go over to the Windows info on it. So here we go, giving us maybe a little bit more information about the speed of the DAC. Yeah, so it's just 128 plus it's sharing some of the RAM, so that's great. We'll see how that does. I'm interested in seeing. AMD is kind of one of those companies that actually makes an effort to do something with the graphics. All right, and 1280 by 800, so pretty good, I think. It's a pretty big screen actually, quite large. Anything over like 768 is kind of the minimum for the height for me. So let's look at next the Crystal Disk Info. So it's got a 120 gigabyte hard drive, and let's take a look at the, and no warnings. That's pretty awesome. I wonder if that's the original. I don't know. It only has under a year of usage, so pretty darn good. Running SATA 300, so better than the 150 I'm seeing in a lot of my older systems, which is great. And that's sort of the rundown of the whole thing. You'll notice one thing about this, the Sempron and the AMD board do not make any efforts to show you how hot it's running. Does that surprise us? AMD, the cooker of all cooker processors in the world. But yeah, so they don't even, they hide the temperatures. I don't know what this thing's running at. It's probably pretty hot just because it's an AMD from this era. But anyway, the hard drive's running okay, and be interested to know what the temperatures really are. Yeah, I don't know these guys. Anyway, so we can see the basic stuff we covered already. If there's anything in there that stands out to you, just that it's a Toshiba hard drive, I guess, and you saw that from the other shot. Yeah, it's got the optical drive there and high definition audio. Now, and you notice how the screen's kind of brightened up? Sometimes with these older systems, you just gotta give them a minute, they'll warm up, they'll get going. It had a long life, you know, you gotta, like getting out of bed in the morning, you gotta take your time, you know, oldsters. Anyway, let's do this thing. So let's see how this does. So hey, how are you doing this morning? It's Saturday morning. I believe it's the 22nd. Let's see. Shouldn't try and disturb this too much. Yep, November 22nd, Saturday. Hope you're having a good Saturday morning. Welcome to the day. It is fairly early. Is it really 7? Oh, this thing isn't set right. It isn't set right. It's 8. Daylight savings hasn't kicked in apparently. Yeah, so what was I talking about? Or did it fall back? Maybe it fell back. It fell backward. I don't know. Anyway, so I talking about, yeah, welcoming you to the day. Yeah, I guess that's what we're talking about. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, slideshow. Yeah, you can tell it's slideshowing out. It's like, look at that. Yeah. Yeah. So this is going to be right up there with the last system I focused in on. Of course, one of my viewers said, you know, it's the proof is in the pudding. What would it do in actually performing something, right? Some kind of test in the real world. Oh, so over 200. That's pretty good. Not bad. So the processor didn't score too bad. It's right up, pretty similar to Intel processor of the time, I guess. Yeah, there you go. Again, scoring a 2 for graphics. And transfer speeds are not, you know, hardware not awesome either, surprisingly. But yeah, there you go, guys. 9209. Not a bad score for something like this. I like to see more of a balance between the CPU processor and the graphics, just because obviously CPU does a lot of the stuff on most of these older computers. The thing is, though, there was a time when you'd kind of want some, you know, you might want it for gaming, right? A little bit of gaming, light gaming on a system like this. The other thing, you know, sometimes you did use graphics related programs. This is certainly not going to be worth trying to use on the web. But I mean, still probably could just barely squeak by, but it's not going to be, you know, you don't use a computer like this for web stuff, right? You can use, there's like for net stuff you can do, there's so many other better choices, even like honestly a smartphone is a better choice than this thing. But if you want a nice full keyboard and you dig that silver and white trim on these old systems, well, can't beat this thing. So there you go, guys, that's it. And do we want to save? No, we don't want to save it. So there you go. So there you go, guys. This is power cycling through my systems and checking to make sure they're okay. And this one's running fine. I'll probably do some little bit of cleanup work on it. There's a few programs I'd like to install. I noticed last time I was using it, I didn't install a couple standard programs I like to use. So I'll put those on. And yeah, and so my strategy has been working pretty well. I pretty much screwed up the algorithm, so I'm not being recommended a whole lot anymore to anybody. And I'm losing a few subscribers, which is fine. But the advantage is I don't see a lot of ads on my videos anymore. And you're only getting like 15 views. Nobody wants to advertise on your videos. So mission accomplished. And of course, one of the things the algorithm hates is when you post your videos to something like the Internet Archive, and people can watch the videos without any ads. So it kind of, they don't like, the algorithm doesn't like that. They want ads, they want all that stuff. So my strategy is working quite well. Fewer and fewer people are watching my videos, but that's okay because the chosen few who stick around can watch them without ads. Thank you very much. So you're welcome. So guys, that's it. Start my day, and just thought I'd do a quick video, do a power cycle, and say hi. Talk to you next video.